for Chesterfield. Chesterfield, first cigarette in America to give you premium quality in both regular and king size, brings you Dragnet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. You're a detective sergeant. You're assigned to juvenile division. You get a call from a high school principal. A young boy has caused a near riot in his classroom. Your job? Investigate. Here's what the nation's press has had to say about king-size Chesterfield.
U.S. Tobacco Journal says, Boston dealers and jobbers reported this new companion of the regular size is sweeping the market in sales, and stocks cannot be replaced fast enough.
The Wall Street Journal said, a wholesaler says the problem isn't selling them. It's getting enough to meet the demand.
Dealers all over the country tell us no product they ever handled has grown so fast in so short a time as king-size Chesterfields.
King-size cigarettes give you quantity, but only Chesterfield king-size gives you quantity plus quality. Premium quality.
Chesterfield king size contains tobaccos of better quality and higher price than any other king size cigarette.
Of course, it's the same fine tobacco as in regular Chesterfield. In fact, the only difference between Chesterfield king size and Chesterfield regular is that the king size is larger, contains more of these same tobaccos, enough to give you a 21% longer smoke, yet costs very little more.
So remember, Chesterfield is the first to give you premium quality in both regular and king size.
Buy 'em either way you like 'em. Chesterfield gives you the best possible smoke. Much milder Chesterfield.
Dragnet, the documented drama of an actual crime. For the next 30 minutes, in cooperation with the Los Angeles Police Department, you will travel step by step on the side of the law through an actual case transcribed from official police files. From beginning to end, from crime to punishment, Dragnet is the story of your police force in action.
It was Wednesday, October 3rd. It was warm in Los Angeles. We were working the day watch out of Juvenile Division. My partner's Frank Smith. The boss is Captain Stein, and my name's Friday. It was 1:47 p.m. when we got to Adams High School. Chemistry class.
Are you the police?
Yes, sir. It's my partner, Frank Smith. My name's Friday.
I'm John Lane. This is my class. What little there is left of it. Have you seen Mr. Barlow?
Yes, sir. We talked to him when we came in. I think he's in the clinic now. He said you could give us a story. Is that right?
It was the Lambert boy. He came into class about 5 minutes late.
Mm-hmm.
I was just starting the lecture on analysis. I told Douglas to take his seat. He said something I couldn't hear, but he went back to his place, and I went on with the lecture.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was about 10 minutes later that the commotion started. The first thing I knew about it, Larry McLean started to yell at Lambert, said something about keeping his mouth closed.
Mm-hmm.
Then Lambert said something about McLean minding his own business. I started off the platform to quiet things down. By the time I got to Douglas, he'd hit McLean. Well, after that, it's all a little confused. Flying apparatus, chemicals being thrown all over the place, glass breaking. The whole class seemed to explode.
Well, were the other members of the class fighting, or was it just the two boys?
It seemed like the whole class was fighting. At the time, it seemed like the whole school was in the room, all throwing things.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I got the Lambert boy aside, and then the fight seemed to stop. In the meantime, he'd thrown a bottle of sulfuric acid at McLean, burned his face and his chest. The ambulance took him to Georgia Street Receiving Hospital, and a nurse here gave him first aid.
Well, do you have any idea what started the argument here?
No, I'm not sure. As I got it later, it seems that Douglas made some remark about a young girl working next to him. I didn't hear it, but I gathered that it was a pretty filthy statement. McLean heard it, and that's when he told Douglas to keep his mouth closed.
Mm-hmm. Lambert is known as a sort of troublemaker then, is he?
Yes, and it's so hard to understand.
Sir?
Well, up until just lately, I'd say the last 2 months or so, he was a model student. He had a straight A average.
I wonder if we could see the boy.
I guess so. There isn't anything much I can do here. Terrible. It'll be a couple of weeks before I can hold a class in here again. It's terrible.
Yes, sir.
The clinic's down here.
Have you any idea what might have caused this change in the Lambert boy?
Well, I have my own suspicions, but he's only 15. It's hard to believe.
What's that, sir?
When he came into class today, I think he was drunk.
Oh, why do you say that?
I noticed that when he came into the room, he wasn't very steady on his feet. It'd have to be something like that to make him do this. Then, too, when I grabbed him when they were fighting, I thought I smelled liquor on his... Oh, we go in here.
Fine.
Here's the boy. Douglas,
Yes, sir.
these men would like to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
They're from the police. Mr. Friday and this is Mr. Smith.
Hello?
How are you? Sit down, son.
Yes, sir.
How's Larry?
I don't know. They took him to the hospital.
If you don't mind, Mr. Friday, I'll check with the nurse, see how badly Larry was hurt.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead. Now, son, you want to tell us what this is all about?
There's not much to tell. Larry and me got in a fight.
Well, what started the fight, son?
No, I don't know. He just wanted to cause trouble. Him and me never have gotten along. Always had trouble.
You been drinking, Doug?
Why do you ask that?
Because I want to know. Have you been drinking? How about it, boy?
No. Where would I get something to drink?
Well, now, something's a little wrong here, son. According to what Mr. Lane tells us. Looks like you might have been drunk when the fight started. He tells us that you said something to a young girl in the class. That's what started the whole thing.
You know he's lying?
Is he?
Sure. He's on Larry's side. The two of them are real thick.
That's not what he told us, Doug. From what he said, he's pretty fond of you. Said he couldn't figure out what happened to you lately.
Well, he's okay, but why does he say I was loaded? That's a stupid thing to say.
Yeah, especially if you weren't. I'll tell you what, Doug. Let's get a traffic investigation car over here and take a toxometer test, huh, just to be sure.
Why? What'll that prove?
It'll straighten it out once and for all, whether you're drunk or not.
How about it, boy? Shall I call the car?
Doug?
No, you don't have to do that. I had a couple of drinks. Nothing serious, though. Just a couple of drinks. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
Where'd you get the liquor, son?
I don't remember.
No, this won't work, boy. We'll find out. You know that.
Well, I don't see what difference it's going to make where I got it. I've been drinking a couple of years. I know how to handle it. I know what I'm doing.
Mr. Friday?
Yes, sir?
See you a minute.
Well, sure.
What's going on? Something wrong with Larry?
I don't know, son.
I thought he was okay when they took him to the hospital. The nurse said she took care of it. They said he was going to be okay.
All right, boy. Let's go.
Where are you taking me?
We want to talk to you downtown.
Something has gone wrong, hasn't it? Something's wrong with Larry. He's dead.
No, son. Larry's all right. He's burned, but he's going to be all right.
You're lying. I know. You want to take me to jail.
No, that's not true, son. We just want to find out where you got the liquor.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done anything. A couple of drinks, that's all. What's the harm in that?
Come on, son. You've got a lot to explain.
Okay, take me in. Put me in jail. I don't care what happens.
Yeah, you've already proved that. 2:26 p.m. Frank and I talked to Charles Barlow, the vice principal of the school. He told us the same story that we'd gotten from John Lane. He said that until a few months before, Douglas Lambert had been a model student. He was above average in his classwork and took part in all school activities. Suddenly, and without apparent reason, he had become the #1 troublemaker in his class. His attendance record became one of the worst, and his attitude toward his teachers was arrogant and discourteous. The principal told us the same attitude was being displayed by other students in the school. We notified Mrs. Lambert that we were taking him to Georgia Street Juvenile for questioning. We filled in Captain Stein on the developments, and then Frank and I questioned the Lambert boy. He was sullen and uncooperative.
I don't know what you want with me. A little fight, that's all it was. Why are you guys trying to make something big out of it?
We've already done that, Doug. Maybe you don't know what you've really done. Maybe we ought to fill you in on a few things.
That might not be such a bad idea. Tell me how I'm a criminal. Tell me I was a bad boy. Go ahead, tell me.
Don't get smart, son.
What do you want me to do? Sit here and listen to you guys yak at me? You expect me just to sit here and let you guys tie a rap on me that I haven't got coming? You got one thing on me. I had a couple of drinks, that's all. A couple of drinks. No harm in that. I don't feel so good. Why don't you guys leave me alone? I got a headache.
Larry McLean's got more than a headache.
So the kid shouldn't have started anything he couldn't finish. He wanted to be a big man in front of the class. He was. Now he's hurt and he's trying to blame me. It won't work, cop, and you know it.
That's enough of that.
I'm a minor. You can't touch me.
That's the trouble with you, kid. You think because you're under 18, the laws don't mean you.
You can't touch me and you know it.
Don't worry, Doug. Nobody's going to touch you, but let me tell you a couple of things. You sit here and figure you're a big man, a real tough kid.
You don't have to tell me.
Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm getting sick and tired of having kids like you waltz around the streets, your minds and hands filthy, bragging about what big men you are. You do what you want. You don't care about what it means to the people around you. How you hurt them doesn't matter. Everything's fine until you do something wrong and we nail you. Right away you start screaming minor, that you're a juvenile, just a kid acting normal. You steal a car for a joyride. An officer starts after you. You don't care who gets in front of the car as long as you get away. You don't let anybody stand in your way. Men, women, kids, they're all the same to you. Run them down. Show them that you're just a healthy kid out for some fun. After all, you're just a kid. The laws weren't meant for you. You're different. Well, there's another kid lying in a hospital right now. He's got real trouble. He got in your way. He didn't feel that you had any special rights. Be a big man, Doug. You go tell him that you knew what you were doing when you threw that acid at him. You tell him that you were just having a little carefree fun. Tell him that you know how to handle liquor. Tell him that he's going to spend a long time with a plastic surgeon because you're just a kid. You tell him that his face is going to be like that because you're just a normal, healthy, growing boy. I hope you're real proud of yourself. I hope you feel good. You've burned it right into your brain. There isn't any place you can go to get away from it. All right, boy, let's go.
Wait a minute, Mr. Friday.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I acted like that.
All right, you want to try to make things right with Larry? You want to help us out on this thing?
Yeah, I guess so. Where do I start?
Where'd you get the liquor?
A place near school. Kids call it Sam's Club.
What's the address?
I don't know. I'll show you the place.
You say it's a club?
Well, sort of. You have to know the ropes before you can get in the place.
What do you mean, the ropes?
Well, they only let kids in. You ring the bell to the house, and then when they answer, you stand there with a $5 bill in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
That way they know you're okay.
Who is this Sam?
I don't know his last name. The kids just call him Sam.
He run this place all by himself?
No, there's his wife, Inez. She's usually around.
Just these two around the place, then, huh?
Yeah, that's all I know about. It always seemed to me that Inez was really the brain. She was always telling Sam what to do.
How'd you find out about this place, Doug?
One of the kids at school told me about it. He took me there one night. Then after he introduced me to Sam and Inez, I started to go there by myself.
What's it like inside? They have a bar or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, you walk into the living room and there's a big bar along the right wall. All chrome and leopard skin. Real nice. There's a few tables around and a record player.
Yeah. They sell anything else in this place besides liquor?
I don't think I know what you mean.
You know what we mean, Doug.
Yeah, I guess I do.
Well, how about it?
Well, yeah, you can buy tea if you want it.
This $5 routine, what happens to it?
Well, drinks are 6 bits apiece. Sticks are $1.50. If you want to give them the 5 as you come in, you can have as much as you want. Otherwise, you pay for each thing as you get it.
You ever smoke marijuana?
Well, almost all the kids there do.
How about you?
If you don't, the other kids call you a coward.
Well, you still haven't answered the question.
Yeah, I've smoked it a couple of times.
Can you give us the names of the other youngsters who go to this place?
Well, wait a minute. I'll help all I can, but I'm not going to be a squealer.
I don't think it's squealing, Doug.
Yeah, well, you don't have to give the names.
Why not look at it this way, boy? You got trouble because of this Sam and Inez. Now, the same thing could happen to one of the other kids that go to this place. You want that to happen?
No,
Well,
but
the best way to see that it doesn't is to tell us all you know about the place. Isn't that right?
I guess so. I'll give you the names.
Do they allow girls in this place, too?
Yeah, as long as you know the $5 bill gimmick, anybody can get in.
They allow adults?
No, if they figure you're over 18, they won't let you in. Especially at the Saturday night parties.
What kind are those?
Every Saturday night, Sam and Inez throw a party. For $5, you get all you want to drink and smoke. Sam told me once it's a good business. Makes for better customer relations.
You ever see any other narcotics on the premises?
I've never actually seen any myself. I've heard that if Sam or Inez know you real well, you can get a pop of heroin. But like I said, I've never seen it myself. Most of the kids that I know, the ones from school, just go there for drinks.
Anything else you think we ought to know?
No, nothing that I can think of.
How about these two? Either of them drive a car?
Yeah, Sam has a little Nash Rambler, dark green. Once in a while, when we stay over at lunchtime or when we're late getting home, he drives us home or back to school.
All right, Doug. Your mother ought to be here by now. If we need your help in getting Sam and Inez, we can count on it, huh?
Yeah, I'll help all I can.
Okay, son. Let's go.
Say, Sergeant,
Yeah?
I'm sure sorry about the way I acted. Really made a fool of myself. I hope you'll forgive me.
That's all right.
But you'd think there'd be an easier way, wouldn't you?
What's that, son?
To grow up.
We checked the names Sam and Inez through R&I and came up with a Sam and Inez Bailey. Both of them had long records for contributing to the delinquency of minors. Both had served time in the county jail. Douglas Lambert was shown mugshots of the couple and identified them as the owners and operators of Sam's Club. We checked with Captain Stein about picking them up, and it was agreed that the best way would be to catch them in the act of selling liquor and narcotics to juveniles. We talked to the Lambert boy, and he told us that it was the custom of the Baileys to hold a party every Saturday night. He told us that most of the youngsters who frequented the place would be there at that time. He put in a call to the house, but there was no answer. 6:15 p.m. Frank and I drove out to the place. It was a small cottage on the back of the lot. The landlord occupied the house in front. We rang the bell to the manager's house.
Yeah?
Mr. Halsey?
Yeah?
Police officer, sir. My name's Friday. This is my partner, Frank Smith.
How you do?
Honest, Halsey.
Want to come in?
Well, it might be better, sir. We'd like to talk to you about the Baileys.
Worst tenants I ever had. I knew they'd end up with the police.
Why do you say that, sir?
Well, I just do, that's all. They got a lease on the house, and if I could figure a way to get them out, I sure would. They're always causing trouble. All those kids.
Yes, sir. Do you have any idea where they are now?
Why, you going to arrest them? I hope so. Maybe I can break the lease that way.
You know where they might be now, sir?
No, I don't know. I shoved off this afternoon. They didn't say where they was going. They just left.
I wonder if you could let us see their house, sir.
Why?
Well, we'd like to look it over. It's all right.
Well, I don't know. What do you want them for?
We think they're selling liquor to minors.
Yes, they do a thing like that. The noise they made, their neighbors on both sides have been screaming.
Can you let us into their house?
You just bet I can. Wait, I'll get the key. Here's someplace. But, put in one of those little key rings. You know the kind with a rabbit's foot?
Yes, sir.
Sorry to keep your officers waiting. I know I'm always away. If you want something, you can always lay your hand right on it. And then when you're looking for it... Oh, here it is. See, that rabbit foot.
Yes, sir.
Well, you can go out the back door, this way.
All right, fine.
Well, what are you looking for? What do you figure you'll find back there?
We're not sure, sir. Frank,
Yeah, Joe?
you want to stay out here and let us know if they come back?
Yeah, I'll wait in front of the house.
All right.
You know, it's funny about them.
What's that, sir?
Well, when they first moved in, they said they wanted the locks on the door changed. I told them it'd be okay, but they'd have to give me a key to the place. They had quite a ruckus about it, but I stood my ground. They wasn't going to buffalo me, no, sir. Here, I'll get the lock.
All right.
Okay. Gee, smells like they haven't had a window open in a year, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Look what they've done to this room. They built a bar and everything. You sure were right about them. I think I can break the lease on this. I'm pretty sure. It says in the contract that they can't do any building without my permission, and I certainly didn't give them any okay on this.
Yes, sir. This is the dining room?
Yeah, that's it. Just pull those doors back. What's that smell, Sergeant?
I'm not sure, but I think it might be narcotics.
Drugs. I knew it. I knew it all along. Oh, just wait till you get back. I'm really going to tell them. I really am.
Rather you didn't do that, sir.
What?
Rather you didn't let them know that we were in here, that you know anything about this.
Well, why? You're going to arrest them, aren't you? You're not going to let them get away with this.
No, sir, but we understand they've got a party planned here tomorrow night. If we wait until then, we can make a charge stick.
Oh, you mean they're going to have a drunken brawl? The kids here smoking marijuana, taking heroin and stuff like that?
Well, we're not going to let them go that far, sir. We're going to need your cooperation here, Mr. Halsey.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Well, sir, we want to install listening equipment in here. We'd like to use your house.
You mean you're going to bug the place?
Well, yes, sir. We'd like to put in microphones.
Well, will it hurt the property? I mean, would you have to put nails in the walls, stuff like that?
No, sir, I don't think so.
Oh, well, then you can do it. Yes, sir, I want to help, Sergeant. That's the trouble with people nowadays. They don't want to help. You just go right ahead and put your microphones in, just as long as you don't have to nail anything in the walls.
All right, sir. If we could go back to your house, I'd like to use the phone if it's all right.
You bet. Closing that so they won't know anybody's been here, huh?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. Don't guess if I leave any fingerprints on the door, it'll hurt.
No, sir, I don't think it will.
No. Can't be too careful, though, you. But then I guess you know all about things like that. Huh?
Yes, sir. I'll go around front and get my partner.
Yeah, sure thing. You fellas all work in teams like this?
Yes, sir, most of the time.
Well, I never knew that before.
Do you have any idea at all where the Baileys might have gone? They give you any indication at all, sir?
No. Oh, I saw them leave this afternoon, just got in the car and left.
Did they take any luggage with them, suitcases, would you know?
Not that I could see, no.
Uh-huh.
Ah, you find anything?
Yeah, the bar's in the living room.
Oh, then what the Lambert kid said was true, huh?
Yeah, it looks that way.
Tell them about the dope in the dining room, how you opened the door and smelled the fumes.
Marijuana?
Yeah, it smelled like that.
Find any?
No, I didn't go over the place too good, and I thought if we were going to wire the place, we better get on it.
Yeah.
If we could just use your phone, sir?
Oh, yeah, you bet. Come on in. Right there, on the table in the hall.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Isn't a total call, is it?
No, sir.
Well, of course, not to make any difference. Just thought I'd ask.
Yes, sir.
You figure this will get in one of those detective magazines?
Well, I don't know, sir. We got nothing to do with that.
Well, of course, I didn't figure that you did, but if it does, I hope they spell my name right. It's S-E-Y.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Some people forget the E, you see. Spell it with just the Y.
2838, please. Asdale, it's Joe Friday. Want to install a dictograph at 825 North Lucerne. Yeah, 825 North. Mm-hmm. Right away. Yeah, well, you know better than I do. When you see the place, you can figure it. Yeah, the house in the front of the lot. What? Oh, maybe 30, 35 yards? Yeah, okay. Right away. Yeah, good. We'll be in the house in front. Yeah, all right, we'll see you then.
All set?
Yeah, Asdale's coming right out.
Good.
Say, Sergeant,
Yes, sir?
I just happened to think of something. Might not mean anything.
What's that, sir?
The other day, I think it was Monday. Yes, I'm sure it was Monday because I just come back from the laundry. I always pick up my stuff on Monday.
Yes, sir.
Well, when I came back, I met Mr. Bailey. He was putting around with the car. I asked him if he was going to take a trip. He said no, but he said he might get out of town for a little bit. Asked him if I knew anything about the roads.
What roads, Mr. Halsey?
Down to Mexico.
You are listening to Dragnet, the authentic story of your police force in action.
And now, a report every smoker should hear.
Nose, throat, and accessory organs not adversely affected by smoking Chesterfields. First such report ever published about any cigarette. And it applies only to Chesterfield.
A responsible consulting organization has reported the results of a continuing study by a competent medical specialist and his staff on the effects of smoking Chesterfield cigarettes. A group of people from various walks of life was organized to smoke only Chesterfields. For 6 months, this group of men and women smoked their normal amount of Chesterfields, 10 to 40 a day. 45% of the group have smoked Chesterfields continually from 1 to 30 years, for an average of 10 years each. At the beginning and at the end of the 6 months period, each smoker was given a thorough examination, including X-ray pictures, by the medical specialist and his assistants. The examination covered the sinuses, as well as the nose, ears, and throat. The medical specialist, after a thorough examination of every member of the group, stated,
It is my opinion that the ears, nose, throat, and accessory organs of all participating subjects examined by me were not adversely affected in the 6 months period by smoking the cigarettes provided.
Remember this Chesterfield report. It's the first such report ever published about any cigarette.
Nose, throat, and accessory organs not adversely affected by smoking Chesterfields.
Buy Chesterfield either way you like 'em, regular or king size. Chesterfield gives you the best possible smoke. Much milder Chesterfield.
The men from the crime lab arrived and installed the listening equipment. A stakeout was placed on the house, but the Baileys failed to return that night. At 8:46 a.m. Saturday morning, the men covering the house called to say that the Baileys had just driven in. Frank and I got in touch with Douglas Lambert and his parents. With their permission, we laid out the plan for that night. It was agreed that the boy would arrive at the house at about 8:30 p.m. When the other youngsters had been served drinks, he would give us a signal by starting in to cough. When we came into the house, he would try to secure as many of the drinks as possible for evidence. We told him that there would be officers all around the house and that at no time was he to place himself in jeopardy with Sam, Inez, or any of the other youngsters. 7:30 p.m. Frank and I took up our positions in the back bedroom of the owner's house, turned on the dictograph, and waited. The Baileys were discussing the party. Sam was talking about how he watered the whiskey. At 8:27 p.m., 4 youngsters arrived. They rang the doorbell, and when Sam opened the door, they displayed the required bill. He nodded and ushered them into the living room.
Well, they did a good job in there, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Really hear it. Mm-hmm. Lambert boy should be here pretty quick.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like they're starting anything in there yet, does it?
No. How long do you figure we wait before we go in?
As soon as he starts to cough.
You check with the other men?
Yeah, Turner and Brown are covering the back of the place. Lindsay and Carter and a couple of policewomen are parked down the street. You can see the car down there.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Huh?
Looks like the Lambert kid now coming up the walk.
Yeah, it is.
Sure hope everything goes all
All
right.
right, let's turn it up a little more, huh? Is that better? Yeah.
I'll get it, honey. Change that record, will you? I heard it 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Doug. Come on in. Thanks, huh? Wasn't sure you'd be here tonight. What made you figure that? You know I wouldn't miss one of these. I just figured you might have gotten a little trouble with everything. No, it's all right now. Yeah, well, take it easy tonight, huh? Sure, Sam.
Who is it, honey?
Doug Lambert.
Hi, Doug. You have any trouble with that McLean kid?
No, I was telling Sam the cops talked to me for a while. They didn't have anything on me, so they had to let me go.
You didn't tell him anything about this place, did you?
Of course not. You know I wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't, Inez. I told you Doug's all right. We can trust him.
This thing's worrying me. The cops get wise to this place and we really got problems.
Oh, honey, I tell you it's okay. Don't worry about it. Come on, let's get on with the sociable. What do you have, Doug?
Whiskey, I guess.
Good deal. Hey, you want a stick? Got some fresh stuff in, real good.
Yeah, sure.
That's my boy. You know, Doug, I like you. You're a good kid. Some of the other guys come in here. I guess Inez is right about them. They're jerks, but well, I feel I can trust you. Oh, excuse me. Well, you got to fix the other kids up. Okay, with the feet. Come on, kid. Got something in your throat?
I don't know. I just started to
Come on, Frank. door's locked. Let's hit it.
What's going on? Who are you guys?
Police officers, you're under arrest.
What for? What are you trying to pull?
Hold it, everybody, right where you are.
Did you hear it all, Sergeant?
Yeah, Doug, we did.
Hear what? You in on this, Doug?
I told you not to trust any of them. I told you, but you wouldn't listen.
You want to kill the phonograph, Frank? Where do you get the marijuana, Doug?
Out of that drawer, there in back of the bar.
There's nothing there.
Right here, Doug?
It was way in the back.
Shut up, you.
Al. What about these, Sam?
I don't know what you're talking about. I never saw those before.
All right, mister, let's go.
I'll get Turner and Brown. They can take care of the kids.
Right.
You and your ideas. I told you we shouldn't have come back. I told you.
Oh, knock it off. Shut your mouth, will you?
I told you last night we should have kept driving, but oh no, you figure we got a sweet racket here. You don't want to change it. It's good, you said. Yeah? How does it look now?
Look, I'm telling you, take it easy.
All right, let's go.
It's the way it is, Sergeant. Try to make a living for a woman, make things nice. The first time something goes wrong, she starts to squawk. Never failed. You're riding high, everything's fine.
Him and his living, always trying to build something up, always trying to figure out a way to beat the game. One big deal, one big thing to set him up for good.
Yeah, well, I think he made it this time. Let's go.
The story you have just heard was true. The names were changed to protect the innocent.
On January 14th, trial was held in Department 89, Superior Court of the State of California, in and for the County of Los Angeles. In a moment, the results of that trial.
Now, here is our star, Jack Webb.
Thank you. Friends, as you know on Dragnet, we've always tried to emphasize the importance of facts, and when we talk to you about Chesterfield, we give you the facts. You heard the report George Fenneman read earlier. Nose, throat, and accessory organs not adversely affected by smoking Chesterfields. That's the first such report ever published about any cigarette. Remember that report and make Chesterfield your cigarette. Get 'em, regular or king size. Chesterfield, the best possible smoke, much milder.
Samuel G. Bailey and Inez R. Bailey were filed on under the Health and Safety Code, Section 11,500, possession and sale of narcotics, and found guilty on one count. They were found guilty on 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Violation of Section 11,500 of the Health and Safety Code is punishable by imprisonment in the state penitentiary for a period of not more than 5 years, or imprisonment in the county jail. Contributing to the delinquency of a minor is punishable by imprisonment in the county jail for a period of not more than 1 year. The boy, Douglas Lambert, was made a ward of the juvenile court.
Ladies and gentlemen, where the community chest is at work, Red Feather Service. Services like youth programs and clinics, hospitals, and the USO give direct help to 2 families out of 5 every year. And indirectly, everybody benefits. Because community chest services make America's cities and towns healthier, happier places to live. So give generously to your community chest. Pledge enough for all the community campaigns that are united under the Red Feather banner.
You have just heard Dragnet, a series of authentic cases from official files. Technical advice comes from the Office of Chief of Police W.H. Parker, Los Angeles Police Department. Technical advisors Captain Jack Donahoe, Sergeant Marty Wynn, Sergeant Vance Brasher. Heard tonight were Ben Alexander, Sam Edwards, Vic Rodman. Script by John Robinson. Music by Walter Schumann. Hal Gibney speaking.
Tomorrow, sound off for Chesterfields. Either way you like them, regular or king size, Chesterfield gives you the best possible smoke. Much milder Chesterfield.
Chesterfield has brought you Dragnet, transcribed from Los Angeles. Sound off for Chesterfield.
Chesterfield, only cigarette in America to give you premium quality in both regular and king size, brings you Dragnet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. You're a detective sergeant. You're assigned to homicide detail. Naval intelligence tells you that 2 Marines have been picked up by the shore patrol. They're reported sick. 1 is in critical condition. Foul play is suspected. Your job? Investigate. Here's what leading tobacco publications have had to say about king-size Chesterfield.
U.S. Tobacco Journal, Atlanta, Georgia. Chesterfield king size is going strong. One jobber reordered twice this week in addition to his regular orders.
And the Chicago Weekly Tobacco Leaf reports more calls for Chesterfield king-size cigarettes than for most brands being marketed.
The reason for king-size Chesterfield's amazing success is this. All king-size cigarettes give you quantity, but only Chesterfield king-size gives you quantity plus quality. Premium quality.
That means Chesterfield king size contains tobaccos of better quality and higher price than any other king size cigarette. The same fine tobacco as in regular Chesterfield. Enough more of this tobacco to give you over a fifth longer smoke.
So remember, Chesterfield is the only cigarette to give you premium quality in both regular and king size.
Buy them either way you like them. Chesterfield gives you the best possible smoke. Much milder.
Dragnet, the documented drama of an actual crime. For the next 30 minutes, in cooperation with the Los Angeles Police Department, you will travel step by step on the side of the law through an actual case transcribed from official police files. From beginning to end, from crime to punishment, Dragnet is the story of your police force in action.
It was Tuesday, July 10th. It was hot in Los Angeles. We were working the day watch out of homicide detail. My partner Frank Smith, the boss, and Captain Lawrence. My name's Friday. It was 7:58 a.m. when I got to room 42. Homicide.
Morning, Joe.
Hi.
Just get in?
Yeah.
Anything in the book?
I'm looking.
What's the matter? You hacked about something?
No. Why do you have that?
Figured you thought about something. Would you take a sour pill?
You looked up the
Coast toothpaste ad. All right, Joe. Tell your Uncle Dudley what's the matter.
Well, I've been working with him today. It was miserable.
Thing you and Gaffney been working out?
Yeah, the white glove bandits came up while you were out on vacation. Spent over a month on it, covered it from every angle.
Yeah.
Looked like we had the guy any way he turned. We had an idea how much he'd taken on each job. Police thought he traced him on every move he made on each of the deals. We figured we really had the guy. DA's office thought so, too.
They quit him?
Yeah. Let him walk right out. 12 men, good and true. Let that cheap hoodlum walk right out on the street to 3 men.
Well, that's going to do it sometime.
Sir, Mr. Friday here?
Yes, sir. I'm Friday. Something I can do for you?
Well, I'm Richard Houston, Naval Intelligence. Deputy Chief Brown directed me to you.
Let's see. What's my partner, Frank Smith? Lieutenant Houston. Like, sit down, sir. What is it we can do for you?
Well, we got a weird one. That's why we thought your department ought to be in on it. About all I can tell you is just the skeleton of the thing. We don't know all the details. We haven't gone into it completely yet. We figured you fellas would like to be in on it from the beginning. Looks like it's going to be a police investigation, sir. To begin, I should go back 3 weeks ago and tell you the story as near as we've been able to reconstruct it.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Well, a couple of Marines left the base. They'd just gotten back from Korea, both on a 48-hour pass. We figured they came up here to L.A. They had a lot of back pay in their pockets. We don't know where they started, but they ended up in a cheap hotel. We got a call from the shore patrol early Monday morning. They got in a complaint that the 2 boys were causing a disturbance in the hotel. They picked them up and found that both were in a pretty bad way. They had them shipped to the Naval Hospital down at Long Beach. By the time they got there, they were really rocky.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but I don't quite see just how we're connected with this.
Well, I'm getting to that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, I'm a little long-winded. Anyway, last night, the boys have been AWOL for over 2 weeks. They were brought into the hospital, like I said. The doctors did what they could, but it was too late to help. One of the boys died late last night. We're not sure about the other one. It's a recon, sir. They were both poisoned.
Like I talked with Captain Lawrence when we took out the car and left the lawn. He told us that it would be later that night before the boy would be completely out of danger. He said, however, that we could talk to him and raise that question so that the answers could be kept fairly brief. We looked over the boy's record. His full name is Jack William Walker, age 24. He'd enlisted in the Marine Corps on January 14th, 1950. He spent almost a year in the Far East, and his service record has been good from this time. The record of the victim, PFC Edward Monahan, was pretty much the same. The boys had both come from the same town in Arkansas. The date of their enlistment was the same. They served overseas the same time. At 3:48 p.m., the doctor ushered us into Jack Walker's room.
Who are you?
Police officers, Jack. We'd like to talk to you.
Well, what's it about? I haven't done anything. At least I don't think I did.
No, it's not that. We'd like to find out what happened while you were up in L.A.
I killed my buddy up there. That's what happened. You heard about that, did you?
Yes, we did. That's what we want to talk to you about.
Poor Ed. Year in Korea. Guys taking pot shots at us. Cold, mud. And we got to come back here to get it. I didn't trust that. Had anything to do with it.
Well, you shouldn't have trusted you, Jack.
Stubby. Yeah, right. No, just Stubby. Just can't believe it about Ed. He shoved off. Well, they're going to have a last fling. Ed was getting married as soon as we got home. Sure. Well, we both had a 48-hour pass. We figured to go to L.A. like I said for the last fling. A few drinks, look at some of the lights, have a little fun. Sort of a bachelor party for Ed before he got hit. Well, we pulled into town. I think it was Saturday morning. A couple of buddies told us about a joint up there where we could have some fun.
Yeah.
Well, we head up there. Nice little place that hour in the morning. I guess about 10:30. Well, we started to drink. Gets pretty funky after that. Like little parts in a jigsaw, you know. You sort of see a little bit of everything, but the whole picture ain't there. Well, I remember we hung around the place for 2 days, and then all the rooms go black. The next thing I remember, we woke up in some flea bag. I remember looking at the calendar on the wall. We was already a couple days AWOL. Ed and I talked about what we should do. And then we get to trying to think up an excuse for the CO for being AWOL. Non-CO ain't easy. He's that expert to try. Ed says he'll figure out something, so we stop at the bus depot, get back to base. On the way, we pass this bar. Ed says, well, maybe we ought to stop and have one more for the road, so we do. And I don't remember much, but a couple more than that. Now, I remember once we stopped and watched the guy get tattooed. Ed and I got talking about it, you know, whether or not we should have it done. Finally figured kind of kid stuff, so we didn't. I remember that because it was right after we left the tattoo place, went to this bar, we met Stubby.
Well, this is the fellow that you were talking about.
Yeah.
So you met him in the bar.
Yeah. Ed and I was sitting there trying to figure out what we was going to do, you know. We were pretty broke by this time, and it was over 2 weekdays, so. Anyway, slightly, we had big trouble.
Yeah.
Well, we walked into this place. It was about 4:35 in the afternoon. At least near as I can tell, that's about what time it was. And the whole deal gets kind of foggy. We sat down at this bar and ordered a drink. Just sitting there minding our own business, trying to figure what we ought to do. Then this Stubby joker comes up, sits down next to Ed, brings his drink with him.
He was in the bar when you came in, is that right?
Yeah, well, at least I think so. I didn't pay much attention, but he had a drink when he came up to Ed.
Cool.
Well, we got to talk about the Corps, and next thing we know, he's setting up a drink. The way we was fixed, as long as he wanted to buy, we wasn't going to argue.
Mm-hmm. Did they seem to know this Stubby in the bar?
Yeah, barely waits on tables called him my name.
All right, well, go ahead.
Yeah, well, this Stubby kept going on about how he liked the Corps and how he won a whole flock of citations in Korea. Told us all about the time he spent in Japan. Place we thought he was just throwing a bunch of coconuts at us, but we'd asked about places in Korea and things you could only know if you were there. Well, the answer's all right. Even with all that, there was something that just didn't ring true.
Yeah.
Anyway, along about 8 to 8:30 that night, Stubby got in a scratch with the bartender, something about the price of the drink, so he suggested we go up to his place and get a jug, you know, and drink up there. Well, I wasn't too hot for the idea, but Ed said we had nothing to lose. We didn't have a sack for the night, and there wasn't much to do. That's when we jumped off with.
Where'd this Stubby live?
Hotel down on this. I'll tell you how to find the place.
That place was in that place?
Yeah.
Yeah, the address then.
Oh,
So what happened when you got Stubby?
we cracked the jug, sat on the bench for a while, and then Ed and I went to sleep. So the next morning we had the thing, hangovers and entire United States camp, both of us. We felt miserable. Ed started beating about the cheap booze Stubby brought me on. That's when he tried to tout us on them pills.
What those are?
Oh, them things supposed to relieve hangovers.
The guy they sell at drugstores?
No, not them. Stubby told me about that one. He come back to the States, he stood some duty in the hospital. Said the while he was there, he got them pills. Said there was a special prescription. That they was great for head shrinking. Wanted us to try it. Well, no, not right away. He kept asking us, though, kidding us about being big, tough Marines with a hang. And then he took one of the pills. Leastwise, we thought he did. Ed and I figured then we didn't have anything to lose.
You took one of these hangover pills, then?
Yeah, we both did.
What happened then?
Well, nothing right away. Stubby said take a little time for it to take effect. We got up, started to dress. Ed and I thought we better get back to the base. Obviously, had enough trouble as it was without worrying about a hangover.
You left the
No, we were just getting our stuff together and everything. We had all the pain and stuff, cramps. We asked Stubby if the pill could have caused it. He said no. Just food. So right about then, I was getting ready to mop up the place with Stubby. I figured sure it'd given us a Mickey. I couldn't figure why, though. Then it hit me. Bad cramps in my stomach. A real dizzy when we started to go around. And we asked the Stubby to call a doctor. That's when we knew he was really in trouble. Then he was awful proud. We thought he was wrong. He had doubled up and passed out. I could hardly keep awake. We both just lay down on the floor. The bastard was going to get us a medic. Stood there laughing and stopped up the crazy fool. He kept saying we were big, strong Marines. We should be able to take a little stomach without running to a doctor.
There's no time to make
Just like I said, he stood there laughing. Then he got real. He got crazy there on his face. And he'd show us that he'd think us up good for what we did.
What did he mean by that?
I don't know. All I thought about was getting there to meet a doctor. About this time, I didn't much care what the little screwball did. Then it really started hollering how he kept me. I tried to get at him and I killed him, but I couldn't. I tried to get at him, but I fell and went out. That's when he said that thing about that we wouldn't be the last one. Well, he said like this, you guys are the first, just the first. But there's gonna be more, a lot more.
years, 5 feet 7 to 5 feet 9, 155 pounds stubby.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, he's in here all the time. Nice guy. Loud when he gets drunk, so nice to me, though. He tells me I should be in pictures. You know, movies.
Yes, ma'am. Have you seen him today?
No, he said he ever gets in before maybe noon, 1 o'clock. Face doesn't bother you, does it, Miss Manuel?
Not at all.
He does bother some people, you know. Like running a piece of chalk down a blackboard.
This Stubby, does he have any other names?
Yeah, Paul Rogers.
Another one, Joe. Yeah. Do you want to go ahead, Mitch?
No, I went out with him a couple of times, finally gave it up. I couldn't go that route.
What's that?
All he talked about was either him in the Marine Corps and what a big hero he was, or else how he was going to get me in pictures, movies.
Yeah.
I didn't come out to California to get in the movies. Well, I came out to be a private secretary, and the first job's a little hard to get, so I work here. I can have some sauce to take. And when a job comes along, I'll take it. Live in a big office, nice boss, you might even marry me. That movie opened for me, and not your little Vera.
You work up the minute, right?
Yeah, I was in. I think about that. That was the night we had the fight with the foreclosure. Yeah, he was a worry.
With anybody?
So well, you do something you want to?
No, we just like talking.
Yeah. Well, if he did anything, we had nothing to do with it. He's a good person. He's got nothing to do with the people who come in. That's the price of the drink. That's good. That's the trouble.
Oh, we're going to talk to each other. We're going to talk to the driver.
Yeah, well, as long as we aren't really into it.
You remember me getting this?
Yeah, he was with a couple of Marines. That's what had a beef with Sam, the night bartender. He played the drink with me now. I don't know what he was crying about. He's been drinking here a long time. Now, they had problems before.
You saw him leave with the steamer.
Yeah, 3 of them walked out. Actually, they sort of floated up. The kids were really boiled.
You know what time it was for that?
Yeah, that'd be kind of hard to tell. We pretty busy.
It's pretty important.
Yeah, I think. I guess maybe around 8, maybe 8:30, around in there. Just a guess, though.
Do you have any idea where this Dragnet is?
A couple of times. South Hill.
The address?
That's the search. I should have known he was a phony. Always saying I thought he could get me in pictures, in movies. He don't come that way. Don't you understand? I took him out here to get in pictures. I came out to be a private secretary. Here's his dress. Here, speak it. I won't be using it anymore.
Great. Okay. Here's our car. Is there anything more you think we ought to know? We'd appreciate a call from us.
Yeah, thanks.
We appreciate your help.
Well, you never know. Maybe I'll need your help sometime. Matter of fact, you might be able to lend me a hand.
What's that?
You know any picture producers? Movies?
I called the name Paul Rogers to the office and was up with the broadcast. People got them out. The stakeout was arranged on the bar. We went back to the city hall and checked the R&I on the name Paul Rogers. That is nothing. We drove over to the hotel on South Hill. The manager told us that Rogers was not in his room. He went on to say that Rogers was not been using his room regularly for the past week or so, but that he had been in a couple of days before in the company of a soldier, and that as far as he knew, the soldier was still in. In the company of the manager, Frank and I went upstairs. The manager unlocked the door and we went in. Frank was still in his bed, dead. Come on, you. How about it? How about it, Joe? I don't know, he's dead.
You are listening to Dragnet, the authentic story of your police force in action. And now a report every smoker should hear. Nose, throat, and accessory organs not adversely affected by smoking Chesterfield. First such report published about any cigarette. A responsible consulting organization reports a study by a competent medical specialist and staff on the effects of smoking Chesterfield. For 6 months, a group of men and women smoked only Chesterfield, 10 to 40 a day, their normal amount. 45% of the group would smoke Chesterfields from 1 to 30 years, for an average of 10 years each. At the beginning and end of the 6 months, each smoker was given a thorough examination, including x-rays, covering the sinuses, nose, ears, and throat. After these examinations, the medical specialist stated, "It is my opinion that the ears, nose, throat, and accessory organs of all participating subjects examined by me were not adversely affected in the 6-month period by smoking the cigarettes provided. Remember this report, and buy much milder Chesterfield, regular or king size."
Wednesday, July 11th, 12:40 p.m. We called the coroner's office and we got in touch with the crime lab and the photographer. After the pictures had been taken, the body was removed. The victim was a soldier in his mid-30s. On the nightstand beside the bed, we found an empty pill bottle and a suicide note. The note was booked as evidence and turned over to Don Meyer for comparison with the handwriting said that Rogers was quiet, kept pretty much to himself, and for the most part was a good tenant. He said that on several occasions Rogers had gotten behind in his rent, but that he'd always managed to come up with the money. The manager told us that in the conversations he'd had with Rogers, the main topic had been the Marine Corps and the suspect's record overseas. Rogers presented himself as an armchair general, constantly calling down the way the situation was being handled. He would refer to his own exploits, but when questioned about his leaving the service, he became vague and evasive. Additional handwriting samples were obtained and sent to Meyer. The manager told us that the latest victim had come in with Rogers the night before, and that at the time he'd been pretty drunk. They'd gone upstairs, and when Rogers had left in the morning, the manager had assumed that the soldier had gone the night before. 3:20 p.m. Frank and I went back to relieve the stakeout at the bar.
Back again?
Yes, Miss James.
Sit down.
Thank you.
It seems like every time I see you, I'm doing something with my nails. This morning filing them, now I'm filing them again. I'm going to put polish on them after this. Guess you think I'm pretty vain.
No, not at all.
New color, it's all frosted rose, you see? Kind of iridescent, is what the label says. So sprinkle your nails with stardust.
Yes, ma'am.
Pretty bottle, too. Don't you put things up nice nowadays? Uh-oh, here comes your boy.
Roger. Yeah.
Yes, Stubby, well, it's me. Perfect, boss. How's it going, Stubby?
Hey, no sickness, boys.
Yeah, pretty dull.
You're doing a great business.
Ah, it's early yet. Here's your drink. There'll be 4 bits.
There you go. All right, thanks, guys.
Frank, let's go.
No trouble now.
Not unless he makes it.
Hi, fellas. Something you want?
You Paul Rogers?
Yeah, who are you?
Police officers would like to talk to you.
I don't want any trouble in here.
No, there's not going to be any trouble.
Always fights, Blanche. Everybody comes into a bar and starts fights. There's someplace else to be.
Right, come on, Roger.
Or four. You got nothing to hold me in.
We'll talk to you about that, too.
Well, let me finish my drink.
No, afraid not. Let's go now.
But I said I was going to finish my drink. Don't lean.
Let's can it, mister, and go.
I said I was going to finish my drink.
All right, Mr. Now you're beating me.
Sergeant.
Yes?
Thanks. Sure appreciate it.
Well, what's that?
After a minute there, you're going to have a fight.
We took the suspect back to the city hall, then we checked the names of the Marine base in San Diego. Lieutenant Richard Houston called back to say that Rogers had received a court-martial and a dishonorable discharge in January of that year. He'd been tried by a military court on a charge of stealing alcohol from the hospital pharmacy and selling it to the patients in the hospital. We stopped at handwriting analysis, and Don Meyer took an exemplar of the suspect's writing. When we checked by the office, it was a message from Sergeant Bill Cummings and Harry Hansen, stating that their investigation had shown that the death of the soldier in Rogers' room was suicide beyond any doubt. 7:46 p.m. Frank and I talked to the suspect in the interrogation room.
Terrible thing treating a veteran like
All right,
this.
let's save it, Rogers. There's a few questions we'd like some answers to.
I got nothing to hide.
All right, what were the conditions of your discharge from the Marine Corps?
What do you mean?
Did you get an honorable discharge or a dishonorable discharge?
I had a little trouble. Lousy officers never did understand what the problems of the enlisted man were.
What do you do for a living, Rogers?
I work where?
Around. You have a steady job?
What do you mean steady?
One you've held for, say, more than 6 months?
I've been out of the service that long.
Where'd you serve in the Corps?
Japan, Korea.
How long were you there?
About 4 or 5 months.
Why'd you come back?
I was wounded.
How?
What do you mean how?
Just that. How were you wounded?
Well, I wasn't exactly wounded. I had my feet frostbitten.
According to this here, you went AWOL and got lost. When they found you, your feet were frozen. Is that right?
What's that you got?
Your record in the Corps.
Got a lot of nerve digging into that. That's what you got me in here for anyway. I done nothing that puts me in line for this kind of
You
treatment.
know a couple of Marines named Ed Monahan and Jack Walker?
Monahan? Walker? No, I don't think I know.
You ever register in a hotel on 5th Street?
No, I live over on Hill.
You know a soldier named Marty Wilkins?
What's he got to do with it?
We found him dead in your room.
You cracking up?
Yeah, sure, Rogers. We just dreamed we found that body.
Had nothing to do with him. Met him in a bar. He said he wasn't feeling too good. Said he didn't have a place to sleep. I let him have my room. Something wrong in that? Be a little kind, and now even that gets you in trouble.
You sure you don't know a Marine named Ed Monahan?
Positive.
There's something wrong, Roger. The girl at the bar said she saw you leave the place with 2 Marines. They could have been Monahan and Walker.
Well, maybe I know them. I might and still not know their names.
You didn't take them up to a room you'd rented in a hotel on 5th Street?
No, I told you once I never lived on 5th.
Checked with our handwriting. It said your writing matches some samples we found on a hotel record.
Maybe I write like somebody else.
No, we don't think so, mister. How about Jack Walker? Maybe you know him. You just didn't remember.
No, I keep telling you I don't know them.
Seriously.
She's lying. Sure she is. She's trying to save her own skin.
Then what?
She doesn't want to stand a rap for murder, can't you see?
Yeah.
I'm saying nothing until I see my lawyer.
You sure you don't want to tell us why you did it?
I got nothing to say.
makes it rough, that's all. Looks like you're gonna have to stand a murder rap. Boy, look.
Well, I didn't mean it. I didn't. I just wanted to get even, that's all. Just get even.
For what, Roger?
For the way the court treated me. Kicked me out. I didn't do anything really wrong. Dropped a little alcohol, that's all. No harm done.
They look at it a little different.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Stinking brass, they're all alike. I don't care what happens to us, the guys in the field. Tried to get a job. I looked everywhere. I just didn't fit. Seemed like everywhere I went, I got into trouble. I wanted like it was when I first went in. Like it was after boot camp. Walking down the street, girls looking at you, a Marine, a big man. Took that away from me. They wouldn't let me enlist again. I tried, but they wouldn't let me. You can understand what that'd do to a guy, can't you? It tore me apart. Right then, I decided to get even with all the stinking gyrenes in the world. They wouldn't let me in, and I hated them.
Remember what happened the day you gave the two boys the pills, do you?
Sure, remember all of it. How they cried for a medic. They weren't big men then. No, sir, they sure weren't.
All right, Roger. We'll get us tonight.
Tell me, Sergeant.
Yeah.
Did I get both of them?
No, Walker's gonna be all right.
He the young one?
That's right.
A real nice kid. Lucky, too.
Is that right?
Yeah, no worries. Really got it made. Uniform, that's what does it. Uniform makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll get one.
The story you have just heard was true. The names were changed to protect the innocent. On November 13th, trial was held in Department 87, Superior Court of the State of California, in and for the County of Los Angeles. In a moment, the results, etc. Now, here is our star, Jack Webb.
Thank you, George Fenneman. In modern crime detection, the working detective depends on scientific research. He relies on the services of trained experts in ballistics, communications, fingerprints, to name just a few. He's interested only in facts. And as a smoker, you should be interested only in facts. That's why the report you heard earlier is so important to you. Nose, throat, and accessory organs not adversely affected by smoking Chesterfield. First such report ever published about any cigarette. Remember it. And next time, buy Chesterfield. Regular or king-size, premium quality Chesterfield gives you the best possible smoke.
Paul M. Rogers was tried and convicted on one count of murder in the first degree. He was sentenced to life imprisonment in the state penitentiary, San Quentin, California. You have just heard Dragnet, a series of authentic cases from official files. Technical advice comes from the Office of Chief of Police W.H. Parker, Los Angeles Police Department. Technical advisors Captain Jack Donahoe, Sergeant Marty Wynn, Sergeant Vance Frazier. Heard tonight were Ben Alexander, Virginia Gregg, Jack Crucian. Script by John Robinson. Music by Walter Schumann. Hal Gibney speaking. Sound off for Chesterfield. Either way you like them, regular or king size, Chesterfield gives you the best possible smoke. Much milder Chesterfield. Chesterfield has brought you Dragnet, transcribed from Los Angeles.